Hey, you, nobody Sony a7S III. What up, y'all? Terry Warfield. Hey, I hope you're having a great day so far, and happy freaking New Year's to you. If this is your first time here, a big fat welcome to you. And if you're part of the family, part of the squad, you came back, welcome back. Come give me a hug or give me some dap or something like that. I gotta say thank y'all real quick because we just hit 16K on this freaking channel. Let's go, man. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate y'all's support. What we talking about today? I kinda told you already at the beginning of the video that I don't think you should buy a Sony a7S III. I'm sorry, I'm fixing my 120 FPS hoodie. You know, the bottom was kind of ruffled. If you want one, there's a link down there where you can grab one if you want to support your boy, support the channel. But yeah, I don't think that you should buy a Sony a7S III. Now, let me start this off by saying this. I did not script this video. I didn't make bullet points because I wanted it to come off like my actual feelings about this subject, okay? So if I stumble, if I mess my words up, it's because I didn't script it. Now, the Sony a7S III, in my opinion, is one of the best cameras ever made. I bought mine about 4 months ago, so I've been using it for about 4 months. I've used it professionally. I use it for YouTube, obviously. I use it for pictures. I've been using it for everything, and I still have my trusty a7 III right here. But the a7S III has quickly become my favorite camera ever made. Everything is good about it. Like literally, everything is freaking amazing about the a7S III. It's got great battery life, amazing 4K, 120 frames per second 4K, internal 10-bit 422 recording. Man, the list just goes on and on. Amazing stabilization, great freaking touchscreen, flip out touchscreen, great battery life, great autofocus, crazy low light performance. It's just so much to love about the a7S III. So then, Terry, why the hell are you telling us don't buy one? Well, because it is $3,500 freaking dollars. $3,500 freaking dollars. When they announced the price, I was like, yo, I know I'm gonna have to sell a kid, I'm gonna have to sell a house, a car, I'm gonna have to sell everything to be able to afford one, but I had to have one. But it's $3,500. And the question is, like, does everybody need a $3,500 camera? And that's what I want to talk about real quick. Now, before we move forward, if you are enjoying this video so far, please do me a favor and drop a like. You do not understand how important just that freaking thumb right there. You don't understand how important that thumb is. And leave a comment. And lastly, if you have not subscribed, if you want future videos and you want it with some sauce and some personality and some knowledge, do it right now. Smash the sub button. Let's go ahead and move on. $3,500 Sony a7S III. Is it really necessary? I could argue yes and no. Let's start with the no first. I'm gonna say the a7S III for most people is not necessary. I get questions in my DM all the time on Instagram, which my Instagram is right down there below. By the way, if we not connected on there, go add me now and let me know that you came from YouTube. I will make sure to follow you back. But I get questions all the time in my DM like, yo, Terry, I see you got an a7S III, $3,500. Should I grab one? And I'm like, yo, what are you gonna do with your camera, etc.? And they're like, oh, I just wanna use it for YouTube, etc. And my answer is usually no. Let's be real. Most people that are doing camera shopping are either first-time camera owners or maybe they already have a camera and they're looking for a little bit more than their starter camera. I'm gonna say 8 out of 10 people fit that bill, right? So most people are only creating content for YouTube, or they're making family videos, or they're making content for social media. And in those capacities, they will not benefit from 10-bit internal recording or being able to film in 4K 120 frames per second or being able to film at ISO freaking 204,000. For most people, that stuff is literally overkill and they don't need it because you still have cameras like the freaking Sony a7 III, which I've made a ton of videos on this, and the reason why I'm still not selling mine is because it's so good. I have a video right up there explaining why I'm not getting rid of mine. But you have cameras like this that you can get for sub $2,000 that still give you amazing 4K, amazing autofocus, stabilization, great battery life, fantastic photo quality, and the list goes on. So for most people, the a7S III is just, you don't need it right now. Now let me also say this, okay? If you just have the money and you want to ball out and you just want the best that Sony has to offer, and $3,500 ain't nothing to you, and you want a quote unquote camera at least for the next few years, then by all means, hit a Jordan on them, hit the Kobe on them, ball out. But for most people, they don't need to do that. Now, let's talk about why the a7S III could be necessary for some people. And I'm gonna give these 2 out of 10 people the benefit of the doubt on this part, because there are people who do in fact need 10-bit internal recording. If you use the camera professionally, there are some sets, there are some clients who will want 10-bit color, etc. There are some clients who will want you to shoot videos at night and you'll need the higher ISO capability. So I get that. There are people who can benefit from what the a7S III brings to the table. But out of 10 people, you talking about 1 or 2 people versus the 7 to 8 people who they will be fine with the a7 III or a6600 or a7C, or hell, even if you don't want to stick with Sony. Panasonic has a Panasonic S5 that's full frame. It gives you a lot that the a7 III and the a7S III has for $2,000. And you also have cameras like the Fuji X-T3, X-T4, like the possibilities are endless. You do not need to spend all of this money on a camera unless it is a requirement or unless you just have the money and you want the best that Sony has to offer. I will argue that most people will be much better off buying a camera like the a7 III and spending the money on lighting and lenses, microphones, memory card, gimbals, things that will make a much bigger difference, even if you are like a content creator or a freelance filmmaker, whatever. Things that will make a much more tangible difference than the benefits that the a7S III offers over something like the a7 III. Lenses, lighting, all of that stuff makes a huge difference when it comes to the finished product. And lastly, just because you buy an a7S III doesn't mean your videos are gonna come out absolutely phenomenal. All it is a tool. So in the hands of a good photographer or a good filmmaker, it doesn't matter what camera that they use. I can make magic with this, or any other camera that you give me. So like I said, I love the a7S III. I love all the crazy features and advancements that it brings to the table, but you ain't gonna benefit from all of this extra stuff that the a7S III has over something like the a7 III or one of the other cameras. I really believe you can spend your money in a better way. But anyways, I guess that's it. I'm done rambling. I'm done talking about it. Let me know what y'all think as far as this whole a7S III, a7 III, 6400, any other camera for that matter, debacle. I will be in the comments kicking it with y'all. If you made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Until next time, I'm out of here. Piece of chicken grease, Terry Warfield. Peace.